I'll never forget the call. So anticipated and feared, too. For us, the call came from an adoption agency in Texas, thus ending my 45 years of splendid self-absorption. I was about to enter the mommy zone. It came on a cold Monday evening in November 2003. Our son-to-be was 3 days old. I didn't even know he existed. Or maybe I chose to ignore the signs, which, looking back on it now, seem clear. My husband, Stephen, and I had been approved and placed on a waiting list right after Labor Day. Accustomed as I was to thinking myself the most important person in the world, I didn't mind waiting, putting off all that responsibility a little longer. I felt I deserved a break after everything I'd been through. After filling out all those forms, here's my favorite one. We had to swear before a notary that we had no loaded guns lying around the house. After the 4 hours of interviews required by the state, I really worried. Should I say I didn't inhale? After years of wondering on a daily basis, could I really love another woman's child? Did I really have that in me, that grizzly mama thing? After the infertility drugs, which I hated, even years after the sting of the needle and the bruises had faded, after the miscarriages, age-related, the doctor said. It was devastating. So now I was going to enjoy a little fun, browse in bookstores, read in a cafe. I asked Stephen, what do you think could be the absolute minimum time before we'd get a baby? The director of the adoption agency had told us that they don't like to make anyone wait more than a year. 6 months was kind of normal. Minimum, he said, 2 months. Yeah, that's what I had figured too. Satisfied, I continued to cram as much carefree narcissism as I could into the time I had left. Another month of not worrying about anybody but me flew by. Then out of the blue, I started having all these icky anxiety dreams. You know, where you're walking topless through the grocery store. Oh, hi. I thought, that's weird. I'm not under stress. What's with the icky dreams all of a sudden? Oh my God. Then I remember the 2 months are up. We are on red alert. Red alert! Baby spit up, fast approaching. Sleep-deprived psychosis right around the corner. Inability to have an interesting conversation, imminent. So I did what I always do when things get hairy. I called a girlfriend for lunch. At that time, Kim's and her husband Dan's beautiful adopted son was 10 months old. Kim wielded that big babe, that Guatemalan sling, the must-have baby bottles from England, with such authority and grace. I needed to become Kim. At that time, I had exactly one baby item, a hand-me-down car seat from a friend, which she pretty much forced on me. It was just sitting over there, in a corner of my living room, a perfectly harmless reminder of my mother-in-waiting status. We had lunch, and I made a list of everything I'd need. 1, the big purple baby book by Dr. Sears, the groovy Dr. Spock of my generation. 2, bottles, and lots of them, as many as you can afford. Washing them is a pain. The list went on. All this stuff I'd never even heard of, like snot vacuums. Fine, whatever. I just write it down. See, I didn't really believe I would ever need that stuff. Kim, anything else? Ooh. Oh, and then my head starts to hurt. The dreaded, unmentionable, tiny clothes, hats, socks, shirts with snaps and ties. The car seat, that I could tolerate. Just sitting over there, a big hunk of plastic with those stupid warning stickers all over it. Designed by some engineer simulating crashes with baby dummies. No melty mommy longing place there. No, that car seat couldn't hurt me. But the soft little clothes and animals and blankets, anything that would touch the skin of the precious babe, these, no, I could not tolerate these. Why not? They're so sweet. Because of the heartbeats inside of me. Because of those sparks of light I saw on the ultrasound. Because each heart beat fast as a baby bird's. 4 little souls in waiting, withered on the vine. Those clothes, or anything for that matter, that would nourish or touch the lips of the babe, enter the body, feel the skin, were pins in a voodoo doll. Those innocent-seeming things stank of despair and grief. There was really nothing left to do but write down words on a list. Rompers, onesies, pacifiers, blankets, all those menacing items. Yeah, I'll do it, Kim. I'll drive to Target and buy them. I will pretend that the babe is real. I will behave as though one day I would feel the skin and touch the lips. When pressed, I will state that it is possible to FedEx a bunch of paper to Texas and then wait for the call when they say, come on down and hold and smell your baby. Come embrace a new life. Kim is helping me with the list. I feel okay because I've figured out what I have to do with those tender, dangerous items from Target. I will put them in a white box with a tight lid. Then I will bury that box way, way away in the back of a closet. It will ward off despair. The angel of death will pass over our house. The angel of death will not kill this love. My baby will fly off the vine into my waiting heart. Lunch is over. Kim is smiling. I've got my list. It is Friday, November 14th, 2003. My son was just born. My son.